Hello, yes, I'm back already, less than half an hour after being on for the Italy against France game. What a game that was, 50 points to 10. France running out with that one, but it is now time for the big game of the day. It's England against Scotland. It's the Calcutta Cup at Twickenham Stadium. The players are already out on the pitch, so I'm going to get our guest in right now. Once again, joining us is Capo Starkey. It is Kyle jumping onto the channel. Once again, Kyle, how are you doing, mate? Thank you for jumping on.
Hi, thank you very much for having me, Brandon. Good to see we've got the same shirt on today.
I couldn't wear an England shirt, could I? I don't think I've got it within me, especially with these two behind me. I don't think I've got it in me.
Could have done what you want, but you'd have been a traitor if you had. So
let's quickly have a chat about this game then. I will bring up the teams in just a second. Going into this game, how are you feeling as a Scottish fan?
Mixture of both nervous and potentially excited. Nervous if England managed to get under our skins and get on top of us up front and make it one of those kind of forward-orientated games. Excited because I know what our backline is capable of, and excited to also see young Cammy Redpath getting his debut, obviously following his dad's footsteps and making 1,000% the right call to choose Scotland over England. So looking forward to seeing him and Finn Russell together as the 10-12 combination. And yeah, just hoping we can at the very least neutralise England up front. And if we can do that, give our backline a platform to play from. And hopefully we can make a good game of it and maybe get a result, see where we're at in the last 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at both teams then, just before we get going. Both teams are taking the knee today, which is good to see. But let's quickly look at the England team then. So this is the England squad for you. So starting with the backs, Elliot Daly starts at fullback with Anthony Watson and Johnny May on the wings, with the centre partnership then of Henry Slade and Ollie Lawrence. The halfback pair then is Owen Farrell and Ben Youngs. Then the forward starting with the front row is Ellis Genge, Jamie George, Will Stewart, Mauro Toge, Johnny Hill, Mark Wilson, Tom Curry, and Vinny Volipola. Leaving a bench then of Max Malings, George Ford, Dan Robson, Ben Earl, Courtney Laws, Harvey Williams, Ben Urbano, and Luke Cowan-Dickey. Quickly, before we move on to the Scotland team then, Kyle, your thoughts on that England team? To me, it screams power.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's, especially with them picking Lawrence at 12, I think he's... a bit, no, I wouldn't say he's not as good as Manu Tuolangi is, but I think he's of the similar kind of mold of centre. He's a big basher, and it's clear they're going to me, use him as the first or second point of attack with regards to him getting them over the gain line, and then maybe opening things up for the halfbacks and Henry Slade to either set the back line free or to sort of get their quicker forwards into the game. And also, of course, up front, we all know that powerful pack. Interesting, they've switched Tom Curry to 7 and Mark Wilson at 6, obviously with Sam Underhill out injured. But no, I think it does, as you're right, like I say, it does scream power. But we need to make sure we at least match it, I think. And to me, that comes from making sure we're solid on our own set pieces, making sure we're solid on our own ones first, and then if we can attack England's ones in the right moments, then we could do well. And also, like I said, just making sure we're at least getting parity at scrum time, because I think we've got the players to do that. But it's about being consistent enough over 80 minutes and accurate as well.
Indeed. Let's take a look at the Scotland squad then. It's on your screen as well. Stuart Hogg starts at fullback with Sean Maitland and Duan van der Merwe on the wings, with Cameron Redpath, of course, Kyle just mentioned him, getting his debut today and starting from the off alongside Chris Harris. Then Finn Russell, the best fly half in the world, in my opinion, alongside Ali Price at the halfbacks. Then the front row, then Rory Sutherland, George Turner comes in, bit of an injury crisis at hooker. Xander Fagerson then also completes the front row with a lock partnership of Scott Cummings and Johnny Gray and Jamie Ritchie. Hamish Watson and Matt Fagerson completes the team. As a Scotsman, what do you think of that team, and who are the people we need to be keeping out on? Obviously, we know about Finn, but what else can this team do you think?
I think that's as good a team as we have available right now. Although personally on form, I would have gone for Gary Graham at number 8 over Matt Fagerson. Gary Graham's on the bench, of course. But no, I think, again, as good as teams we could have picked, George Turner obviously at hooker, with both our first choices of Fraser Brown and Stuart McInally out injured. Fraser Brown for the whole tournament. As far as I know, Stuart McInally is potentially the whole tournament as well. Although he might make it back for the last 2 games, don't know yet. But no, I think George Turner is a very able player. He can be a live wire on the pitch, which can sometimes at the breakdown get him into a wee bit of trouble because he has a tendency of giving away a few penalties. So he needs to tighten that bit up in his game. His line-out throwing, I'd argue, is a bit better than Fraser Brown's is. But no, so that'll be, I'm hoping he has a good game. And the pack, like I said, apart from those I've mentioned, the rest of it is, I think, as good as we have. Although it's good to see Richie Gray back in the 23, and because he hasn't played for Scotland for 3 years, so hopefully he can come off the bench if we're doing okay in the last 20 or 30 minutes and make an impact. In the back line, as we've said, fantastic to see Cammy Redpath at 12, Finn Russell at 10, and that's a very tasty midfield, as I was saying during the week on the Facebook pages. If we can get a good mix right of good access with Russell and Redpath, and then getting Stuart Hogg coming in at full back up into the line, and Duhan van der Merwe cutting in as well, which he does so well for Edinburgh when he gets the opportunity, cutting off his wing and give it a go. And so no, I'm excited to see this. I'm just hoping we can execute it well.
Yeah, and this game's going to be a great game. If you're new here, do subscribe. We're pushing towards 1,000 subscribers. That'll be brilliant. My footage is slightly behind Kyle, so Kyle will have to tell me what's going on. Try not to be too passionate as a Scotsman, but we'll have to let me know what's going on.
Where are you at? We've just kicked off.
I've just kicked off as well, actually. Yeah, literally just kicked off.
Yeah, England in possession, just around about the halfway line.
Okay, I'm on about 12 seconds in. What are you on?
But I'll wind mine back a little bit, actually. I'll keep it even.
Okay.
So
I'm on about 20 seconds now.
Yeah, I've gone 28, 29. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. There we go. So this one's going to be interesting. England, of course, are going to be physical with possession, as you said, on the halfway line. How do you feel as a Scotsman with this? Do you think you need to bide your time before you go and look and try and play your expansive style? Or do you think that you're going to have to play this expansive style, so you might as well just play it from the off to try and beat this England team?
No, I think we're gonna. Yeah, no, I don't think we should be expansive like right from the off. I think we need to make sure we get into the right field positions and first of all put ourselves into positions where England aren't going to be dangerous with their power, and making sure to try and keep them in their own half early doors, and then if you can do that right, because I'm not for this ping pong kicking, but if you can get the sort of tactical positional kicking in right, it can give you a lot of opportunities. So if we can start that way, try and make sure we're playing England's half, then we can have the opportunities to get, the forward, hopefully. Oh, no! Oh, my God's sake. Sorry. There's a charge down there. And then, thankfully, England dived over the top. It's back to Scotland penalty.
Very, very close there. Ali Price, interesting player. Is he too slow at the breakdown, do you feel?
Yes.
All the time? There we go. Some comments to get in from the guys in the chat. Make sure you get your comments in throughout the game. Keep it rugby. Let's focus on the game. Let's hear your thoughts on the game. Jacobus is back from the France versus Italy show that we just did. Got I don't know how to say that, barbecued meat, and it's time to watch the South African B team beat England. That's an interesting comment for you, Kyle, there. And then a great comment here. I was standing at the pundits. Ireland, if it's true they've written off Wales already, they should know best not to underestimate the opposition. Wales against Ireland tomorrow, obviously, that's a big game. We'll concentrate on England and Scotland, but quickly on Wales against Ireland. You feel like Wales have a lot more to lose than Ireland do tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Oh, again, oh, thank God. No, we had a penalty. It's fine. I think Wales have a lot more to lose, just given how last year went. And, of course, this year there'll be a lot more eagerness to impress for the Lions tour. So there's, Wales, I think, need at least 3 wins this championship. I think you can be somewhat forgiven if you don't win it, but if you at least make an impact and show like you're a team that's making progress. But Yeah. So I think I wouldn't write his off tomorrow yet, because I predicted Wales just to win narrowly, because I think Ireland have gone a bit stale. Yeah, no, I think Wales have a lot more to lose.
Yeah, definitely. So Scotland here with the line out, it just outside the 22. Let's wait for some Finn Russell magic. I'm expecting a dink over the top, a dummy, and then for him to dive in the corner. That's all I'm expecting from him.
Let's win the ball first and try and get a bit of a go forward off this maul. Not a bad start, but they seem to have... Oh, come on. Is he offside? Surely he's offside. Yes. Yeah, Tom Curry was definitely offside there.
He's miles offside. What's he doing down there?
Aye. Well, the thing is, he sort of come through. He sort of comes through and then around, which you're not allowed to do, because if you're coming through them all, you have to be committed to staying straight. But if you're going in then round the side, then you're just asking yourself for to be caught out.
So you're going for the corner here. It seems good choice, or would you rather see points on the board?
No, Oh yeah, no. Actually, forget what I said about him coming through the middle. He's offside from the start. Pardon me. Yeah. We've gone for the corner now. I personally maybe would have taken the points early doors, but we have a bit of an advantage with the maul, the first one, so it's not a bad option, I don't think. But just as long as
Scotland win the ball here, here it comes.
Right, come on.
There are some questions in the chat. We will get to them after this bit. The driving maul's looking good.
It's a bit slow
Here we go.
there, though.
5 meters out, pick and go from Scotland. This is a good start for Scotland.
All right, come on, just make sure it's solid. Use again. Like us to be a wee bit quicker off these.
Just pick and go here.
I understand what we're trying to do, but I just want us to be a bit quicker. Come on, we're too slow. Yeah, penalty there.
And a penalty to Scotland. Surely you take the points here, right?
Or
you go to the corner because maybe the momentum is with you.
No, I think points, because still early in the game, need to build up a bit of a lead. I think that was maybe because that was maybe Finn Russell thought that last one was a bit out of its range.
Yeah. It was our tight angle. And there were a couple of questions in the chat for you, Kyle, specifically. This one, first of all, how does Kyle feel about the influx of South African players to Scotland? What are your thoughts on that one? I mean, it's not only Scotland who do this. Many countries do this. But Duhan van der Merwe, for instance, is a fantastic player.
Hey, I'll say we're not a nation that are blessed with massive amounts of resources. And there's a lot of problems with our grassroots right now. So at the national team, if you're good enough, you're eligible to play for us. We'll happily welcome you. I do have my gripes about the eligibility rule. I personally think it should be moved up to 5 years instead of 3.
It has now. It's been moved up now.
Oh, has it now?
Only this year. Only this year, I think, though.
All right. Okay. Well, that's something I'm generally in favor of, because I'd like to see us produce more Scottish players going forward. But at the moment, again, another charge down, Ali Price, you silly Billy. But no, I'd say it's if you're good enough, you're eligible, you're committed to wearing that blue jersey, then sort of I'm happy. I'll accept you hands up. But generally, I'm more for youth players coming up the academy rather than just looking for foreign imports all the time.
Absolutely. Well, Ali Price there, what's going on there? I don't understand why he's been so slow, knowing that it's already happened once and that it could potentially happen again. And Itoje he's a menace really in those situations, isn't he?
Needs to be a bit of a this is obviously an illegal tactic, but referees don't really pick this up. There needs to be a bit of a better block there, a better pillar to make sure he's able to make the kick.
Giving him cover, isn't it? That's what he needs there.
Yeah,
Scotland
see right there, that one with George Turner, that was better.
Absolutely. Definitely. There we go, though. Happy with the start so far, the first 8 minutes or so?
Apart from the 2 charge downs, I think we're doing well. England's discipline I know it's only early days, but England's discipline so far hasn't been great. They've given away a couple of stupid penalties, but like I said, decent start, but like I said, it's still early days. So,
and the thing is, England haven't had much ball, and this is really their first opportunity here to attack. obviously getting those big ball carriers in, taking them into contact, very comfortable with doing that. The ball doesn't tend to go 2 or 3 or more passes, really, does it? Ben Young's coming into the 22.
Yeah, they're getting the ball away a bit too quickly for my liking. I'd like to see our forwards try and make a bit more impact. Oh, there's it. There we go. Counter attack on, Cammy. Oh, it's okay. It's bounced. It's fine. I would have liked to have seen them keep that in play because I thought, like, so the counter attacked on. I would have just.
It's not a bad kick, though, is it? It's not a bad kick. But
it's a decent kick. But I would have liked to have seen him try and keep it in play and just move it straight downfield because England were all up in attack and a chase on, and it might have got lucky. But
yeah, I mean, what do you think about Cameron Redpath starting? Do you think that's good, or do you think it's a big risk, or maybe is it a little bit of both? Do you think?
No, I think it's good. He's proven himself for Bath and what his abilities as a player. Very, very talented with footballer and got good with ball in hand as well. That's a. Oh, now it's a maul. Okay. No, but I think it's interesting that he's starting. But no, I think his form for Bath has shown he definitely deserves it. And like I said, I'm glad he's gone down the route of his heartland and followed his father's footsteps.
And the thing is, as well, not to be disrespectful to Scotland, but he's probably got more chance of starting for Scotland than for England in that position, hasn't he? So it makes more sense. Ben Young's with the with the every 10-minute box kick there.
Aye.
That's the knock on and advantage to Scotland. See if they can counter from here.
Here we go. There we go. That's it.
Lovely pass in there. And Redpath is through here.
Trying to keep it in play now. That's it. That's what we're doing. Well, that's what we need to be doing. Oh, no, that was not a good kick. We got the penalty, though. So it's fine.
Scotland, not afraid to play from their own half, counter-attacking heads at rugby.
And that's what Cammy Redpath does really well. He's like, brilliant. He's got brilliant feet. I say he's brilliant footballer. He's got brilliant feet there, and that's what we want to be seeing from him.
Exactly. And I think the only concern for Scotland would be that England physically have gone over the gain line many times, but you've come away from situations okay, and in the open you've looked all right, really.
My main concern is just how quickly they're getting it, more than their physicality. They've had like a few breakdowns. It's how quickly they're getting the ball away rather than the physicality, I'd say. So I'd like to see likes of a Jamie Richard, a Hamish Watson, like trying to sprint just to get there. Sort of even if sort of they maybe sometimes give a penalty away, just try and wreak havoc, slow the ball down, get them.
Like your defense reset, isn't it? It's the big thing.
Hit the rocks.
Line out here, literally just outside the 22. Let's see if there's something off the training pitch for Scotland here.
No, we're using Redpath really well so far, to be fair.
But Redpath will know some of these players, obviously, because he played in the 20s for England before deciding to pick Scotland as his country.
Aye.
But it's very contrasting styles, isn't it? England are obviously just going to batter through you, and unfortunately, Scotland just can't do that.
There's a knock on there, I think, or is an injury. Oh no, knock on.
Yeah, knock on there. But it is very contrasting styles, isn't it? England are going to look to power through you, but you just can't do that to England, so you are going to have to play around them. But it'll be interesting to see that battle, which style comes on top, because, I mean, if I was an England fan, it must be so boring to watch them and see this style of play where Billy Vaughan takes the ball off the back of the scrum, etc.
Well, to be fair, there are a couple of moves. The time England did have possession, they're trying to move it wide. They were getting it away quickly. But, again, as the game goes on, sort of if Scotland can get more on the front foot, then will England revert more to that kicking game where they try and go in behind and try and dominate physically? Because we've had 2 mauls so far where we've got underneath them, and we seem to be so far getting under their skins there. But again, what was that for? Penalty of the scrum.
Who knows what's going on in the scrum most of the time, to be honest. That's the big thing. Thank you to everyone who subscribed so far. I'm going to drop a link to Kyle's channel in the chat as well. So please do go and check that out. Kyle did a review to the Italy versus France game, a much more in-depth one than I did. Mine was about 2 minutes long, and it's just like, Italy are shite, France are looking good. Why are Italy in the Six Nations kind of thing? So definitely go and check out Kyle's channel. I'll drop a link to that in the chat below. So do go and check that out. For Scotland, then, what would be success in this Six Nations for you? Because for Wales, 3 wins is a minimum for me personally. But for Scotland, what would it be for you?
About the same, I'd say. If we can win again, just try and kick on from last year. If we can win at least 3 games again, if we can get better than that, fantastic. But yeah, I mean, that's the aim again. Like, I think 3 wins and at least showing all games we can, you know, at the very least be competitive, because we've had times in the last few years where we've been competitive, where we've done well in some games and won some games, then other games we've dropped off. And I mean, I'm obviously, you know, sort of, I don't, you know, expect us to win all the time, but you know, at least, very least, like, sure we can be competitive in every game, and you know, give everyone at least a rough time of it.
Absolutely. Interesting comment here for you, Kyle.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Johnny May. Keep that up.
Absolutely. Johnny May can be a brilliant player, and yet he can be an absolute clown. But an interesting comment for you here. Scotland need to build a big early lead, because you know this England side will batter them in the second half. Is that true? I don't know. You know that England will have probably a stronger bench, which is just probably a fact. But is that really going to happen? I don't know.
I'd say we've got a pretty good bench as well, especially with we've got, I mean, our forward pack. I think, you know, on the bench. Obviously, Dave Cherry's not got a lot of experience, but aside from him, you know, we've got Keble and Nell, 2 South African props who can hold their own against anyone. And we've got Richie Gray back and Gary Graham, who's in flying form for Newcastle right now. So, I mean, on paper, you would say, I would agree, you'd probably favour England more there, but I'd say we've got a forward bench that can very much at least hold their own against them. So
definitely,
I don't know. I'd say it's more a momentum thing. We'll see where we're at the time, and if you know we can get, because I've got to remember this fixture 2 years ago, England absolutely outplayed us in the first half, and we came back and got it to 38-31, and so it's, I think it'll be down to momentum.
Yeah, I think one interesting thing to talk about is Owen Farrell's leadership. I've got a big issue with this, with people talking about the Lions, because of course 2 years ago England were flying, and then Scotland come back and they just have no answer to it. And the same last year with Wales against England, nothing at all. So is Owen Farrell as good as a leader as people make out? Does this England team bottle it as Scotland win a penalty at the scrum?
No, I
think England can bottle it. The things get to their heads. I think it does.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with those who have skepticism about Farrell's leadership. I mean, it's the thing, like, you know, in games when they're on top, like, you know, obviously the World Cup semi-final against New Zealand, they were absolutely excellent. Even though Owen Farrell had a bit of an injury himself, like, it's almost you know, easier for him. But it's games when they're, you know, on the back foot, things aren't going well, when you just need your captain or someone, maybe need a leader somewhere to sort of rally around you and say, look, guys, we need to just calm down here. Okay, let's just tighten up, like, you know, batten down the hatches. Don't play anything.
Oh, lovely ball over the top. Redpath taking it in. Sorry to go across.
Right.
Scotland on the attack here. If they can get a quick ball, because you feel when England get you.
There's a bit of space here. Come on, use it.
Oh.
Got a kick here. No, okay. Now be sensible. Come on, support him. Yes, okay. England's discipline at the breakdown's not been very good so far.
It seems as if, I think what England will be aware of is the speed that Scotland have and the ability of Finn Russell. They know if Finn gets the ball, it's like, oh shit, what can he do? So are they trying to slow the ball down? I'm not too sure. But then it's Itoje there. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a high tackle really, because he's on the floor and it's a little bit.
No, that's not a high tackle offense.
No, so it's yeah. But Scotland here clearing it down. That's a heck of a kick. England have conceded 7 penalties so far. If this keeps up, the ref has got to start thinking about having a few words, hasn't he? I mean, 7 is a lot of penalties. So far.
There's a clear tactic of England here. They clearly got Itoje almost man marking Ali Price here, and sort of because I think because I've been saying for a while I think Ali Price is a weakling in this backline we have, but
would you have put Horn in?
Well, he's injured just now, so
right, okay, fair enough. So no.
But no, if he gets back fit and on his best day, yeah, I would put him in. But I don't, obviously, because he's injured. Then there's not really
It's a lovely cheeky grubber to try and get it through there.
Nearly just went forwards.
But Scotland taking the game to England, England just sucking up pressure, not really creating anything. Right. It's interesting to see this style of play from England. They're not creating anything, and they're kicking it openly to Hogg, which is just crazy in my opinion.
They're not helping. They're not helping themselves with how many penalties they're giving away. Like they're.
And there'll be a line out to Scotland.
Let's see that. Right.
It'll be interesting to see this battle, of course, of the fly halves, obviously between England and Scotland, because you've got Finn Russell against Owen Farrell. Great comment here. Finn Russell, a certainty for the Lions controlling the game well so far.
Still early days, mate, and remember it's Gatland who's picking.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I was on a podcast recently chatting about who should pick, and one of the things that the guy asked me was, if Farrell doesn't start, do you have him on the bench? And I was like, no, because what does he bring off the bench? Yeah. Would you? What would you start? Will you start with Finn for the Lions? Would that be something that you'd look to do?
God, that's still a knock on. At the moment, I'm somewhere in the middle because I think. But the thing is, if you are going to play both of them in the 23, you would start Farrell and bring on Russell later on to sort of try and bring something different and try and run them about a bit. But but again, like, because Finn Russell actually would bring something off the bench, so I agree with that. But with Farrell off the bench, I mean, apart from his kicking game, sometimes I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great kick from England to get into the 22 of Scotland as well.
Just saying Farrell's kicking game, that was very good there.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what Farrell really brings if he comes off the bench. If he starts, yeah, I understand it, and he will bring that physicality, and his tackling technique is top notch. So that's something that he will certainly bring. But
you'll get some stick for saying that, mate.
No, surely not.
When he remembers to use his arms. Again. Come on, a bit quicker.
Scotland looking to exit here.
No,
Ali Price taking how long?
No, it's clear. Like Eddie Jones has got Maro Itoje targeting him. You just look at the positions, like sort of where Itoje's taken up on the field. Like at that maul, it was just clear he's getting into position to get himself at the side of legally, I'll say, the side of that maul, so he's ready for the charge down and to put pressure on him. So.
I think the hard thing for Scotland, though, they know if they try and play it, from that position, that potentially, the big hit in England could be an issue. And, they need to offer Ali Price a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more protection. But Hamish Watson on the ball there.
Again, that's a penalty. Yeah, we've got the advantage. Good.
Let's see what Scotland can do from this advantage here.
Yeah. That was a Itoje again. See what he's doing. He's definitely targeting.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's putting pressure on Ali Price because Ali Price dawdles on the ball a little bit, if we're being totally honest. Scotland just, fair play though. I wouldn't be that worried if I was Scotland because England are just giving away penalties here, there, and everywhere. And I mean, it's a little bit like Kyle Sinclair just racks up the penalties, doesn't he? Like Itoje is beginning to do that now.
Well, I think that's the first one Itoje's, or the second one.
Oh, my bad, yeah.
But the whole England team right now, their discipline's off. But I don't know about worry because it's still only 3-0, and England do have the capabilities, even when they're not playing well, to somehow stay in a game. I mean, as we saw that in the Autumn Nations Cup final, because let's be honest, most of that game, England were the second best team. and it was only like the last a sort of late flurry at the end where they managed to get themselves a try and get it to extra time, and then Farrell kicked the penalty in extra time. So that's where my worry lies, is that this is England team. Even when they play badly, they are still capable of getting a result. So we need to try and get the points on the board like now.
Yeah, definitely, because you've had a bit of dominance, haven't you? And yet you may do this for, it's like Italy today. I'm not comparing you obviously to the size of Italy, but you've got to say that, you know, they had some possession in that France 22 and they came away with no points ever. So that's going to be a big concern for Scotland, that they ensure that they do that.
I mean, I'm impressed with, like, you know, sort of how we're playing though, and what we're trying to do. But it's just, again,
advantage here for Scotland.
And Billy,
that's an awful tackle from Vunipola.
Billy
is going to be yellow. He's off. Billy Vunipola's off. High tackle, offside side. There, Billy Vunipola is off. How big of a boost is that for Scotland, do you think?
Well, we need to take advantage of it. Again, points, as I said. And we're going for the corner here, which is a good kick. Actually, that's a really good kick. But we need to make sure we're coming away with it at the very least 3 points, 7 points. Just, you know, something. Oh yeah, bloody hell, that is, you know, that's bad. That's borderline red card.
It's actually a shoulder from the first guy, and then it's round the neck from Vunipola. Do you think they'll go to the TMO to review this, or do you think
they haven't? They've just stuck with the yellow card. So, but that's borderline. That is close in the red card.
Got to win the ball out the line out here. Driving maul on. Here we go.
Now.
Not much movement though.
I need to use it now. Come on, a bit quicker.
Come on, Ali Price, take your time, mate. Redpath a little bit isolated there, but they got the ball. Going through the forwards here now.
Oh, good. Oh, close. Come on. Quick ball, quick ball, quick ball. Oh.
Come on, Scotland.
Oh, come on. Is it out? Is it in? What is it?
Come on. Hamish Watson, is he over? Not quite over.
It's held up. It's held up.
Held up there, yeah. 5 phases though, but that's encouraging that, you know, 5 phases, bang, you're over the try line. Unfortunately, obviously held up, but still though, you must be pretty happy with that. I mean, you'll get the, I don't know the rules, to be honest. When you get the ball in, I don't know. What I struggled a bit there with Scotland though was not going wide at all, just going through the forwards. I don't know if I was sure about that tactic there, but I mean, they got over the try line, so what am I to say anything?
No, it's a you know, scrum now, but we need to come away with at least a try here right now. It's not me. I was a bit better though. It was a bit quicker, but still not consistently quickly. Like, needs to be quick, you know. Aye.
Definitely, but you know, as you said, you need to come away with points now, I feel, because you've dominated for so long. Vunipola is in the bin. You've got to dominate. It makes no sense.
Absolutely.
You got to take points now, because this will be a problem. Because again, I'm going back to the France-Italy game, and I'm sure we'll chat about that a little bit later. But I know Italy are just not the level of France. But every time France win the 22, they came away with something. They always came away with something. I'm not saying Scotland can do that every time they get into England's 22, because that's just not going to happen. But when you're on top, you have to take advantage of that. You have to take your points, play sensible, take your points, you know, take your opportunities. That's something that you got to do.
No,
here we go. Johnny May in the pack. Did you ever think you'd see that?
Oh, is he on the blind side? Oh yeah, he is. He's on the blind side. Well, suppose they've got to make up the numbers. The way this. Go on, just tap it. I don't want us to get. I don't want us to just scrum again and again and again.
I don't know. It's an interesting debate about the scrum half position, because obviously in here in Wales, I think Thomas Williams is now the starter. He will be starting for us, and his speed of play, his just understanding of when to go, when to tap and go. I know, like, Dupont obviously is the best scrum half in the world without a doubt for me, and his his little kick today, his little grubber today was just, it was beautiful. Just that awareness of the space behind and the ability to get that in was just beautiful from him. And yeah, he's a special player, isn't he?
I mean, his all-round play, I thought, was just outstanding. Like, I mean, that try as well. I mean, I don't look at the try much because the Italy cover defense wasn't there. There's literally nobody there. But I mean, fair play to DuPont, was great spotting. But just his ability, the way he spots in front of him, his ability to run up on support lines as well, which sort of I think as some debate. I mean, I'm starting to see scrum halves do it a bit more. Like sort of there was a time like maybe a few years ago where they would. I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but they wouldn't do it as much. But like with likes of DuPont and John Cooney does it as well, and there's other scrum halves and Ali Price sometimes. But oh, we've got a penalty here. But I mean, no, but I think that sort of scrum half is one I like, and he's just brilliant. I've run out for DuPont, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I think we saw some leadership from him today as well, taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and that team building for the World Cup. It's hard to really say whether at the minute because Italy were, I think the word naive is the right word, but as you said in your review as well, lazy. Not lazy, but giving up near the end. You could tell they'd given up.
Well, no, I would say lazy because that the DuPont try itself, it came from Teddy Thomas, going through the line, and it was like a half-hearted tackle to get to him. I mean, if Thomas beats you for pace and you miss the tackle, fair enough, but the follow-up, you just see players jogging back. Forwards you can somewhat forgive, but even Carlo Cana was just getting back to him. He was just trotting back trying to catch him. And
yeah, interesting comment there. Scotland should be further ahead. They want this. England haven't a clue what they're doing. I wouldn't say that they don't have a clue what they're doing, but Scotland should definitely be further ahead, and they need to take points here now. I mean, it's been half an hour, and Scotland are 3-0 up. If I was England, I'd, to be honest, be quite happy. You got a man. You're killing the clock down here, and Scotland have been in your 20. They've come away with a penalty. They've been close to scoring once.
The thing is, we seem to be starting to get a bit more in scrums, but I don't want us to get caught into this kind of game too much because the England pack, they are clever enough. So, oh, come on! Oh no!
There's a cross kick there over the top to Duhan van der Merwe, who couldn't quite reach it, inches away, millimeters away.
Was that a penalty or was it a 22?
Did you? I think you had the advantage.
All right, okay, because.
Oh no, I don't think you did. I think it's going to be a 22 dropout.
Oh, the bounce! Oh, it's just the bounces.
It's
right idea, just the bounce of the ball.
It's yards. It's about that much away from his hands. It's so close.
That's annoying.
Yeah, definitely. But 9 penalties now conceded from England. I mean, it'll be annoying for Scotland, but you just got to keep going here because.
No. I mean, absolutely. I don't know. I think it could have kept it in hand there, but I don't know. Oh, come on! Yes, come on, get support and then make sure you're there.
Scotland here. Can it be?
Come on, wider. That's it. Good. Keep your depth. Keep your depth. Keep your depth. Keep your depth. Oh, come on! Yes, that's it.
One more, Charlie.
Yes! Come on!
And Scotland have scored.
Yes!
Duhan van der Merwe. Oh, it is! Yes!
Fantastic.
Oh, try for Scotland. For those not able to watch the game, Kyle, talk us through this try. It's a great build-up from Scotland.
Fantastic up and under Finn Russell. Actually, the bounce. No, it wasn't bounce. Sorry, it was great. Sean Maitland, it was who chased it. Great chase. He competed with it in the air. Matt Fagerson took it down. Sidestepped, drew some tacklers, went wide left. The attack kept its depth, and it just went in. Duhan van der Merwe using his strength, getting through on the wing. What a try.
just shoving Owen Farrell off. Guys, there are 30 people watching. If you're new, subscribe. It means a lot. Hit the red button down below. It's free to do. Scotland have just scored 8-0 up and fully deserved that. And, well, you know, Finn Russell once again showing his quality. But Duhan van der Merwe, that physicality just to brush players off as if they weren't even there. 4th try in 6 games for Duhan van der Merwe. I mean, people who speak about this, South African players coming over and things like that, you know, who gives a flying shit, to be honest, if we're being honest about that. Finn Russell are going to try and convert this to make it 10-0, but only 2 minutes left on that yellow.
He's just put it wide. Oh.
Just wide, but 8-0 up. Still a little bit frustrating for Scotland, though, that you're not maybe further ahead.
Yeah, no, it's still 8-0. I mean, if it was 10-0, I'd be feeling a wee bit better. But 8-0's a wee bit close for comfort for me. But no, that was we definitely deserve to be in the lead, and hopefully
the speed of ball there for that try was brilliant. Was so good.
But we need to keep the brains on now, because these moments are when, you know, because England are, as much as they say they are a good side, like they you know, in terms, even if they're not playing well, they will, like, you know, they have ability to find the ways of sticking in.
They do, yeah.
See what Matt Fagerson was doing there, trying to grab hold of Itoje's shorts. Stop him being the wee bastard that he is. Well, I say we, pardon my language, sorry. I say we. He's, you know, because obviously he's like 6 foot.
He's massive, isn't he? I don't think you'd say that to his face, would you?
No.
But just over a minute and a half left on this yellow card. I mean, if
it's silly. You gave away a silly penalty there.
Silly. Yeah, very silly. Is this Owen Farrell territory, or?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think it was. It was Rory Sutherland. Yeah, no, he's caught in no man's land. No, he rolled the wrong way. He has to, because in those positions you have to roll away from the ball. Like if you're getting anywhere near close to the ball, you're landing yourself in hot water. So. No, it's no complaints about that one at all.
Bit frustrating, that one for
he just had to roll the other way and it would have been okay, but he put himself in front of the ball, like, so that's a very easy one for the referee.
So Farrell here to try and get the first points on the board for England. I mean, they've run the yellow card down, but they have conceded a try in the process.
Aye.
But here we go, Farrell then.
Yeah, he's got it.
England then 3 points to 8.
Aye.
That must be frustrating, right?
Yeah, no, because there's an unnecessary penalty, and the thing is, as I was saying, England, even when they're not playing well, they do have an ability to stay in matches. So, you know, which could I don't want it to be costly in the second half, but I mean, you know, just hoping we keep those sort of penalties to an absolute minimum.
Yeah, definitely. And Billy Vunipola is back on the pitch. Just a reminder that at half time we will take a quick 2, 3, 5 minute break, however long. But we won't be long at all. We'll just take a break, get a chance to grab a cuppa and a bit of food, and then we'll be back. So don't go anywhere for that, because there's about 5 minutes to go now until the half-time whistle. What do you think would be the team talk at the minute from Gregor going into the second half?
Just keep it going. Like, keep up the intensity. Don't knock off. Like, you know, make sure, you know, you stick together, all 15 players, and I'd say more or less just same again and cut down on no stupid penalties.
Yeah, definitely. Redpath is a very elegant player when he runs, isn't he? Looks really good when he runs and comfortable with the ball in hand.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's bounced away. Sorry. Sorry, I thought for a minute there that ball was bouncing wide, but
there we go though. But yeah. What about England? What would be the conversation Eddie Jones would have? Because to be honest, they're still very much in the game. Converted try and they're leading.
I'd say, oh yeah, oh god, there's an attack here.
All over the place.
From England's point of view, I'd say, you know, first thing, cut out the penalties, and second thing, keep the ball. Basically, already Jones.
Yeah, definitely.
They've hardly had any possession at all this half so far. So,
yeah, we always knew it was going to be a close one, though. I never saw anyone running away with the game. To be honest, I always thought it was going to be a close one. Ali Price decides to pass this time, knowing that Itoje is probably going to snap him.
Oh, was that taken back? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, yes.
Surely that's a late. Is that a late tackle though? I don't know. Maybe.
I think he was. I think he was committed there. From what I've seen. So don't really have any.
Well, not Scotland though. Going to the half time in the lead for me personally, I think you've got to go in the lead. It'd be a massive sucker punch.
I don't know. England have got a good attack here, so need to. Well, good a position for attack, I should say. But no, I think Ali Price is rattled. I will say though, I think Ali Price is rattled a bit because it's clear that their tactics with Itoje. Oh, geez, no. It's clear their tactics with Itoje. They have Itoje on him, like on him like a rash.
Breaking through your defence here.
Yeah, England have a chance to get a penalty. Have a penalty here.
Yeah, frustration that one.
That's where we've got to be careful.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're England, I think you take the points here, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
Because the thing is, even though most of this half it's not been theirs, they're still in this game, and that's what worries me because they.
Definitely, yeah. They're still in the game, isn't it? There'll be 6 points to 8. You'd assume Farrell will get this one. It's a bit concerning for me that England are breaking through your defence that easily, that the first runners breaking 2 tackles, for instance, and then obviously your defence then is scrambling. The power of England is getting through your tackles. I think you have to meet them early, don't you, in the defence, because England aren't going to really throw it around you. You don't feel you know what's going to come from them. So.
Yeah, I mean that was like a kind of that was like a kind of unorthodox move they did there. So
you're expecting the driving maul, of course.
Maybe,
so.
Yeah, I think maybe we're a bit naive in expecting them all there.
Yeah.
But
so Farrell will look to convert this.
I think the referee spotted something here.
He's told him to stop. What's he going to look at here? Something about Finn Russell.
Let's have a look. Okay, what's going on here? Huh?
What's happened here?
Was that a high shot?
There's nothing on that.
Oh, Finn Russell, you idiot! That's a trip. That's got to be at least a yellow.
Oh.
That's silly, Billy.
It's unnecessary, really.
That's a yellow card at least.
It's unnecessary, though.
No,
I don't get it.
Absolutely stupid. Like, absolutely stupid.
I feel like that's unnecessary, to be honest. This is going to be a yellow for Finn Russell, I'm sure. And after all the positives for Scotland, I mean...
Don't smile, you silly... You shouldn't be... I don't know why he's smiling there. What are you smiling at? That's just plain stupidity. I've got no other words for that. It's like...
It's just unnecessary as well, because the cover was there.
Well, it's just, I don't know, just dumb. Just hoping this isn't a game changer, because, you know... I mind in the Autumn Nations Cup against Ireland, where we were on top in that game, leading 9-3, and then Duncan Taylor gets yellow carded for a deliberate knock-on. And my opinions on it, I understand the letter of the law, like that. It was a sort of forgivable yellow card because you could see what he was trying to do. He just got unlucky, but that one was just absolute stupidity. You know. And
Farrell's now going to try and put you guys ahead. Okay.
I'm actually kind of glad he's taking his time here, rolling the clock down a wee bit. He's got it.
Well, that will benefit Scotland, obviously, because Finn Russell will be back a little bit quicker. But yeah, Farrell's got it there. England lead 6. Sorry, Scotland lead 8 points to 6. Can't talk. But Scotland leading 8 points to 6. I mean, for Scotland's dominance, it's so frustrating, isn't it? But England, we knew England would have times in the game where they would dominate and where they would have the majority of the ball and they'd have the power, they'd be all over you at points. So, but I guess there's also some positives for you that you know that you can play around them, that you can play good stuff.
No, I mean, like I said, this half we've actually been pretty good this half overall. Like, sort of, I think, I mean, again, like, sort of what I said, it's just 2 silly penalties because England haven't really been in it. And that trip was just absolute, I mean.
Oh, sorry, got a charge down.
I don't know, like, do you remember a game back in 2010 when England played Wales and Alan Wynne-Jones got yellow carded for something similar?
It rings a bell. It rings a bell.
So it was just when he was getting after he made a tackle or something. It was a ruck. He was getting up off the floor, and instead of just like getting up and getting back into the line, he stuck his foot out on Danny Kerr, and it was just one of those trips. That I think the same with Finn Russell. It's one of those trips that are just so absolutely dull. It's like just so stupid. Like, I mean, I understand we all have our players have their moments where they maybe have a little bit of rush of blood to the head, or like but stuff like that is just so unnecessary.
Yeah, indeed. Well, this is going to be the last play of the game. England with the line out on the 22.
I just boot it out. Our line-out's been really good, actually. I have to say, we've really imposed ourselves there, both in attack and defence. So
you want to go in the lead, and Ali Price kicks it off. That is half time. England losing here 6 points to 8. Scotland in the lead. It's been an interesting half, hasn't it? Quickly summarise that half up for us, and then we'll take a quick break, Kyle.
From a Scotland perspective, actually very, very good. Just need to be a bit more more clinical. I mean, I know that kick through but behind Van der Merwe was was unlucky with the bounce, but we made up for that and scored a try. We spoiled it a little bit with that Finn Russell trip, which is absolutely stupid, as I've been saying. But I mean, on the whole, I'm happy enough. Sort of how we've been doing. Just like I said, more clinical. Cut out the stupid penalties, and I think we can have them. But I think the first 7-8 minutes of the second half, we need to make sure we're sensible and try and keep England as down into their half as possible. From an England point of view, they've been terrible mostly, given away too many penalties themselves, not allowed themselves any momentum, made too many mistakes, and I'm sure Eddie Jones will be given equivalent of a rollicking to them. So I'm sure they'll come out in the second half fighting, but that's where we need to be sensible and try and make sure we're playing in their half as much as possible.
Absolutely. Myself and Cal are going to take a quick break now for 5 minutes. I'm going to grab a cuppa. Cal, do what you need to do. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere. Keep the conversation going on in the chat. Subscribe if you're new. We'll be back very shortly.
See you back, guys.
There we go. We are back. It is half time. Scotland leading 8 points to 6 down at Twickenham. But for all of Scotland's dominance, they probably feel a little bit frustrated that they are not winning. If you just joined here at half time, we're doing a watch along. We're not showing the actual game, but myself and Kyle are going to be chatting about the game, reacting to the game as it goes on. And we're going to have a great rugby chat as well. So subscribe if you're new, like the video as well. I'm going to bring Kyle back in now. Kyle's going to jump in here. A very interesting first half, Kyle. Welcome back, first of all, but an interesting first half. We spoke a little bit about where Scotland would feel at the minute where they're at, but England must be pretty happy to only be 6 points to 8 down. Would you say so?
Yeah, with the way they're playing, they're giving so many penalties away. Although I've just seen, I've got the sound off because I don't want to listen to Sir Clive Woodward or really talk about England, to be honest. I've just seen the ITV trying to put England in the positive light. It's like, oh, look at the rugby, ignoring the fact they've given away umpteen penalties. They've been sloppy so sloppy by their standards, and I still think if we can cut out the stupid penalties and play down in their half, I'd say this England team are there for the taking. But we'll see what. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm a bit worried about what they're going to come out with in the second half.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And let's quickly talk about the game from earlier today. Of course, it was Italy losing against France, 50 points to 10 it was in the end. We spoke a little bit about France's brilliance. What do you think about Italy? Some positives. Stephen Varney was a positive, you'd have to say. He took the game by the scruff of the neck and really tried to create things with a try that was disallowed. It was a lovely dummy that he threw. But a frustrating day for Scotland. You'd say it's going to be a long tournament for them, right?
Well, for Italy, yeah. I mean, like I said, they've got obviously younger players there, and they've still got a lot to learn. And if I were Italy, I'd stick with them and try and get them learning on the job, because I think they obviously don't have great enough resources to work with anyway. And if you're, just continually giving the young player a chance, then just shafting them after 1 or 2 games, that the confidence can just go, and then it can sometimes mean you've got less players to pick from down the road. But no, I think it could be a long tournament for Italy, because they've got potential and promise, but they've in terms of ability and fitness to some degree as well, they're a fair way behind the rest of the nations.
Yeah, they are. And we spoke about it, didn't we? The fitness, we spoke about the naivety really in their plays, which just simply wasn't good enough. For Italy next, doesn't get much easier. They face England away. And then obviously on the Sunday, then Ireland host France.
If England play like they did in that first half an hour, they've got a bit of a chance.
Well, we'll have to see. But for Italy, really,
England are going to beat them. So
yeah, if Italy get a win this Six Nations, I'm a little bit worried about us. Be interested to see how we do tomorrow against Ireland, because that'll be quite embarrassing. But I just can't see Italy getting a win in this year's Six Nations at all. I think Galbisi went off injured at one point. I'm not sure if he came back on at the end.
He came back on after his head.
Yeah. So there are some positives there. Stephen Varney was born in Wales. I mean, I'd rather have him in the squad than Kieran Hardy, but that's another debate. France then, Ireland next. Obviously, we haven't seen Ireland play yet, but France will go into that really in a lot of confidence, because for the first time in my life, I agreed with what the commentator said. The commentator said that France hadn't got out of third or fourth gear in that game. I tend to agree with them, to be honest.
Apart from Dupont, who was absolutely outstanding again. But the thing is with France, they will face stiffer tests. The one thing that, even though they ran away with it in the second half, no debate there. There was a moment after they went 10-0 up in the first half where they just seemed to, get really sloppy. And I thought their discipline at times is still quite erratic when they don't have the ball. Because there was a couple of penalties they gave away, especially in that first half. I just remember thinking, that was just totally stupid. One of them was Bernard Leroux. He went, there was a tackle made, and then there was an Italian player it was clear he hadn't committed to the ruck yet. or committed to the breakdown, I should say, and he just went for the Italian player who had clearly not committed yet before the tackle was completed, and stuff like that at that level is just plain, sort of, that's just plain stupid. And then there's a couple other penalties they gave away that I just thought, like, if you really want to be a top team, you need to cut these sort of penalties out. I mean, you'll always give away a few, like you can sometimes forgive it if it's like, if it's a ruck penalty where, sort of you've accidentally gone off your feet, or if you get caught on the wrong side, those are the sort of penalties you can forgive. But it's just if you like if they're absolutely unnecessary ones like that, which I think is still in France's game, and they will have bigger tests. But I think overall they'd be fairly happy, but no, they've got a lot stiffer tests to come. Pardon me.
Yeah, definitely, and their aim at the start of this game obviously would have been to have got the bonus point and then rack up the score and aim then, because obviously in the last few Six Nations, it's all come down to try score and points and little bits like that. So yeah, that was a good game, and we did a watch along here. I know you did a watch along as well, and I think we're planning to do a Wales against Scotland watch along next weekend. So that should be good as well. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a bit nervous about that one. I'll definitely be wearing a different shirt for that one. And there might be a few more feisty words between the two of us. But second half then, what do Scotland need to do right in this second half? Is it just take their points when they get the opportunity? Is it now just saying, right, we've got a chance to kick, do we just take the points now?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But at the moment, that might be a bit trickier with a main kicker off the pitch, but also Stuart Hogg can kick goals from just about anywhere. So, we've got him. But I mean, I'd just say at the start of the second half, just try and keep it in England's half as much as possible. Just kick it downfield, go for the corners, ping them back, put them into positions where they can't be dangerous, and just focus on that. But don't get sucked into making mistakes. Don't play. I mean, just until Finn Russell comes back on. If the game, depending how the game goes when he gets back on, we'll maybe play a bit more. But just making sure we're smart when we have the ball and that we're playing in England's half. Yeah,
definitely. Both teams are out on the pitch now. We're ready for kickoff here. I could ask you, you still back in Scotland to do this one?
Well, I was thinking England would pip it, but I don't know now. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe ask me sort of 10, 20 minutes into the second half and see where we're at then.
All right, then I will do. Get your predictions in the chat as well, and make sure to keep the conversation going throughout the second half. Scotland have kicked off here. Stuart Hogg gets us underway. Scotland leading 8 points to 6. So here we go. The second half of the Calcutta Cup is underway here, and it's going to be interesting to see the impact that both coaches would have been able to have with their players at half time. It's a poor box kick, really, from Ben Youngs, and Scotland straight away have possession. So let's see if they can build from this.
Oh, here we go. Come on, support it quicker. Thing is, though, at 10, obviously Stuart Hogg's played there before, and we've also got Cammy Redpath can play 10, so we've got options there. I mean, not as good as Finn Russell, of course, but we do have options. So just
Ali Price nearly breaking through there, but absolutely clattered by Ellis Genge, I think it was in the end.
He's off his feet now. Okay, come on, use it.
I mean, the thing about Hogg and about Redpath is, obviously, they're not as good as Finn Russell, but they're similar in style. They want to run with ball in hand. They want to try and create things. They're not completely different. So it doesn't change the whole style of Scotland's attack either.
Sorry, but I mean, the right idea so far. I'm just a bit worried about
just going through the phases really here.
There. Oh, no, they knocked it on. Sorry. My mistake. I thought Itoje had come in from...
It was an advantage to England, though. To Scotland, though, so you will get the ball. It was an advantage to you guys, I think.
It was a scrum one, because I thought Itoje had come in from an offside position.
Okay. The thing is, for Scotland, though, that's good. They've done the right thing there. They've played in the right areas of the pitch. They've made England try and force something, but...
I think,
but you know,
I think we've got to play a Saracen style for the next 10 minutes. How much? 5.5 minutes at least a Saracen style where you just kick, chase, keep it in their own half, and not give them anything cheap at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, what's he doing? What the heck's he doing?
There we go.
What's going on? Oh. Sorry, I hate this with the scrums. They're just
You're resetting all the time.
I mean, hang on. Okay, how's it been a reversed scrum? Oh,
I have no idea how that's happened.
I think maybe I thought Maratoji knocked on, but I don't know. And this referee's just guessing. And he did that with us in the first half. He's just guessing.
Early engagement there from Scotland, just so unnecessary.
No engagement at all. He just guessed.
And England looking to break here.
I thought he did that with. I thought he actually did that with a Scotland scrum in the first half where he gave us a free kick. And he just guessed, but I mean, obviously, I didn't mind that at the time, but
Yeah, definitely.
For biased reasons, I didn't mind that, but I do mind that one for obviously biased reasons as well.
Foul kicks through, and Hogg will clear this one. So 4 minutes to go on Finn Russell's yellow card.
Knock on, yes. Come on, a bit of space. Come on, sprint. There's a bit of space. Sprint. Oh.
Foul should.
It's the space. It's a bit of counter-attack. It's a chance. Aye.
It's good to see that Scotland is still trying to play, though, even though that Russell is off the pitch. They're still going for it.
Well, the thing is, it's like when we're going, I mean, for it, because I thought, because that was actually like a, that the kick was good, but I thought the chase, like there was only red path there. I was hoping there would be, we get a penalty. Yes, I was hoping there'd be somebody else there at least to help them out, but.
There we go. Bit of relief for Scotland there. They can take their time with this line out, can't they? And then.
No, to be fair, Redpath, he's having an excellent game. Yeah, he's having an excellent debut. He's really.
Do you know what he's doing well as well? Is the simple things. He's picking the right lines. He's not trying to do the outrageous pass. He's doing the simple things well and being consistent throughout it. So 2.5 minutes-ish left on Russell's card now. Hamish Watson there. I mean, what a player he is, isn't he? He's so good. And for maybe the person who doesn't understand rugby that well, won't always see what he does on the pitch. He's similar, not similar in style, but for Wales, Josh Navidi, I think, is a key player for us. And someone who doesn't maybe understand rugby won't really appreciate what he does. But Hamish Watson is a world-class player, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I think, again, I stand by the opinion he should be. Oh, yes, great kick. Got a chance here. I stand by the opinion that he should be Lions' first choice 7. I know there might be some
over Curry.
Sorry,
over Curry.
No, I think Curry's.
Oh right.
I'd pick Curry at 6.
Okay.
But no, I'd go for him at 7 and Watson at 7, Curry at 6. So
yeah.
But there's some English folk might disagree with me there and think Underhill. Some Welsh folk might think Tipperick.
No.
I think Hamish Watson just gives something a bit different, and he gives like a different look to a lot of the other sevens, like just the way he moves the ball, and also, his Jacqueline's good as well. I know a lot of others can do that well too, but I just think with ball in hand, his nifty footwork and his ability to get out of tackles as he does, he can give a different look. That's what I think.
Definitely.
I rambled a bit there, pardon me.
That's all right. Scotland here in the England 22 then, from the driving maul. They played into the centre of the 22.
Oh, come on. Was that an arm tackle? Did he use his arms? Come on. Where's the TMO?
I mean, we've seen... Surely he's got to look at that.
I don't know. I thought that was Dan Liddy at no arms-esque.
Comment here from Jacobus. I am trying to keep an eye on the chat, mate. Sometimes the game goes on and things like that, so I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. But Scotland here are playing in the right areas of the pitch, aren't they?
Penalty here, but okay, use that free play.
I mean, that's such an unnecessary penalty from England, but for Scotland, it's brilliant because they can try. It doesn't work. And Finn back on the pitch.
We've done basically everything I was wanting us to do actually since the Finn Russell yellow card.
It's been professional, hasn't it? It's been so professional, and whatever happens here, it doesn't matter because Finn Russell's back on the pitch in a sense.
Maro Itoje there. I thought Maro Itoje there was playing the player when he was off his feet, which is of course illegal.
Advantage again here for Scotland.
I
mean, another one, and do you think about a yellow for England? Just over a metre out here. Ali Price switches the play. Johnny Gray.
Aye. Seeing like sort of what I was saying about Duan van der Merwe. I mean, there was a couple of times there he just charged and was able to get over the gain line. I think
Finn Russell's going to be back now.
That's what he was penalising there. That's what I was telling you, mate, about the Dan Liddy at no arms tackle.
I don't think it's a yellow because he has sort of made an attempt with the arms, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't give him a penalty, but I wouldn't give him a yellow for that. No, I agree. I wouldn't give him a yellow for that.
No, definitely not. But Finn Russell's back on the pitch now. You got a penalty. What would you do here? Would you take the points, or would you maybe go for touch, or what would you do?
I think we're taking the points, which I'd go for.
It looks like it.
Yeah, no, I'd go for the points. Just
that's a really good 8 minutes for Scotland, isn't it? Perfect played.
No, brilliant. We've come out of it only conceding 3 points, and the start, and what a start! A great start to the second half.
Absolutely, definitely. There we are. But yeah, Scotland here going to have the penalty to go a bit further in the lead, which will give them a little bit of breathing space.
Well, 5 points is still
a
bit too close.
It's not many, is it? But you'd have to say the next set of points after this kick, which Russell is going to get, is going to be key, isn't it? Because if Scotland can try and convert it, then you're thinking, oh, this is getting. That's a 10-point gap.
No, but that was a near. I don't know. That was a near perfect 10 minutes for me. So just. I mean, the only points we did concede was from the penalty Finn Russell gave away. So, absolutely, I'd take that. And we've got 3 points ourselves now, and so.
Yeah,
need to mind to keep the brains on for the rest of the game. And
there we go. But it just seems as if England just have one way of playing, and if that's not working, well, that's it. And for whatever reason,
I think their discipline hasn't helped them, in the way, and I think also we've rattled them a bit. I mean, but yeah, the thing is, they've still. I mean, as much as Maro Itoje, by his standards, isn't having his best game, he's still being a nuisance at times, and that's that's where my worries are. Players like him are just more or less keeping England in the game right now. That was around the neck. Get off his neck. Sorry, Hamish Watson had Farrell close to the neckline there. I was just screaming for him to get off
straight away. She's all right.
England
with a bit of ball here now. First time they really had the ball in the second half, to be honest.
That's not a best kick. Just territory.
Jeez, what is that?
Okay, don't get caught in the. Yeah, that's good. Don't get caught in it. Good. Come on, Hoggy. Get some support, and then come on, Hoggy. Yes.
Beautiful footwork.
Okay. Nice. Is he keeping it in? Has he kept it in? No, fair play to Daly there. That was a really good kick, giving you no angle to work with.
It was, definitely. But Stuart Hogg showing the footwork that he's got, showing what he can do, and why he should be starting at 15 for the Lions, to be honest. So
that was really good. It was just a bit frustrating, sort of again, we just kind of nothing else came off that because that was really good play. And
absolutely. A couple of comments then. How can I watch it without having Sky or something? It's on ITV. So if you live in the UK, if you download the ITV Hub, you can get it for free. Jacobs says, hope England continues with the ill discipline, Scotland capitalising to an extent, you'd have to say. But, you know, you feel if Scotland can get the next score, then England really have to come out and start playing.
I will say, though, I mean, that would be, because that would be a worry for, if it was English, is that attack there finished off with Owen Farrell just kicking it in behind. And, you know, that just shows, it just makes me question, do they have any ideas? Because they went through the phases. Now we thought, okay, you know, so they're starting to, I mean, just keep the ball in hand for a bit. Even if not building momentum, just be patient with it. But then Owen Farrell just kicked it in behind. And I was just thinking, you know, why are you doing that? Just keep the ball for a bit. You know, you've hardly had any ball all game, so why are you just looking to kick it away? Yeah,
definitely. Very much so. But as we said before, the next score is crucial, I feel, in this one. If Scotland get the next score, you're starting to think about, well, you know, England have to come and play. England have to come and play. So that's going to be the pressure on them, that's for sure. But England just being a bit boring here.
Come on, Johnny. Yes, that's it. Good. Get support. Back supporting them. Get back supporting them. Oh, I'd like to have kept us in hand there.
I don't know. I feel sometimes Finn Russell's a little bit too keen with the boot.
No, I wanted us to keep it. I wanted us to keep it in hand there because we set. I mean, Sean Maitland did brilliantly. Set us up really well, and I thought, oh, we could have gone wide a bit more. You know, see what was out there.
So there were options out wide there, definitely.
I think he should have straightened and then passed it out. But
feed it straight. Yeah, there's a 4-on-2. You know, so a change for England here. Mark Wilson is off for England. Courtney Law's come on. He's a physical presence, isn't he? He's going to put some big hits in. Do you remember that hit he put in on the French fly half a few years back? Yeah, that was.
We've got advantage. Good. That is free play. Now I'll take the points here, and then we're 8 points clear, and I can relax a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I don't get what's going on with England. They're so one-dimensional here. They're just giving away penalties. I mean, how many penalties are given away now? 4 or 5 in the second half? Maybe 4?
On top of about 10 in the first half,
Yeah.
And it's Mario Toje there, I think, gave away the...
Yeah, pulling him down in the line.
Yeah, I think he held on to the guy.
Yeah. The thing is, like, again, Farrell, you just don't see him talking to the players. Just walks off quietly, doesn't say anything.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I don't get that. I don't get that at all. As a captain, you'd want him. You'd want him to.
Absolutely, and that's where I think, like, you know, because actually, I was thinking maybe like, okay, before the last World Cup, he was maybe a bit young, but I'd maybe look to get Mario Itoje as the captain. Because, you know, he leads by example. He's led from the front. Even though he's not had his best game today, he's still, you know, doing enough to be a nuisance. And, you know,
definitely.
I know he's a bit different to Alan Wynne-Jones, but even Alan Wynne-Jones, when he's not having the best of games, he's still, oh, come on, please go in. Oh, that's wide. But he's, like I said, Alan Wynne-Jones still makes a difference in games
really
like trying to make of himself.
Yeah. Question here for you, Kyle. Is it me or are the Scots really doing well to break through the English defensive line? I think England's defence is all over the place. When the game opens up, when you're counter-attacking, you got players who can definitely break through.
I mean, we're doing well. We get the opportunities. I mean,
we'll have to take him out in the air, surely.
I thought that as well.
Nothing from the ref, though.
TMO.
You think maybe TMO should have a look at that? I felt he just took him out in the air. Daly keeps it in.
That's where I want us to be a little bit more. That's nice. And yes. I was just going to say, like, you know, sort of, I would like us to be a wee bit more accurate when kicking to the left side of the pitch because Daly's boot, you know, going back inside.
A heck of a kick, isn't it, from Hoggy there?
I was going to say I take that back now after that. Oh, that was brilliant.
Just jinxed it, that's for sure. Fabby's put a comment up here. Scott's playing dirty, though. I don't think so. I haven't seen it. I'm Welsh, so I don't support Scotland. So I don't see that at all, Fabby.
I can see a little bit where you're coming from, because there has been a couple of times I've seen, like, there was in the first half when it was clear the England tactics to have a Toje on Ali Price. There's a couple of times I saw, like, Scottish players at the Ruck just trying to grab onto Toje's shorts to slow him down a bit. So I can see a wee bit where he's coming from, but it's not been consistent throughout the whole game.
So England have made a couple of changes then. So Luke Cowan-Dickey's on for Jamie George, and then
pause it. Pause it. Sack it. Stop it.
Robson's on for Ben Youngs as well at scrum half. As England drive here with them all.
Great start from Robson.
I mean, that kick is just...
I think we had the penalty, did we?
Oh. I think you must have had the penalty for him to go for a drop goal from there, surely.
No, yeah, I was just thinking... No, sorry, I didn't realise we had the penalty, so I was just thinking, no, don't go for the drop goal, but...
Yeah.
Penalties. And he has to kick this one,
Definitely. Scotland doing well to pin England in their own half. There's a good performance from the Scots. You're playing in the right areas of the pitch, aren't you? That's the big thing for me.
Yeah, but still, 5 points. It's still a close scoreline. So just, are we going for the corner? What are we doing?
Well, the ref has just had a word with Farrell about discipline there.
I have 14 penalties to 4. That's I'd be worried. I see we're going for the corner. But if we're going for the corner here, we need to score. Like, this is like,
Thought here from James. Neil, James, you on the Italy versus France stream with us. That was great to have your company again. Owen Farrell incapable of actually running with the ball, so kicks great possession away. Just don't understand why people think he's a 10. Your thoughts on that, Kyle, quickly before play resumes?
I think he's a 10. I just don't know if I don't think he's a captain. Because I think on his day, he's he's generally excellent with the boot, but he's obviously not a running 10. He's not like, he's not, generally most creative. So he's got to have other players coming off him to help him more then. But I think his best position is 10, but I'm not convinced he's a captain or.
No, definitely not.
Oh, come on.
Scotland here driving towards the line.
Oh, you. Sacked them all and made it unplayable. So.
Yeah, frustrating that one for Scotland. I mean, the thing is, England have not played well. They've just not played well, and yet they're still in this game. And that's the worrying thing for a Scotland fan. Mm-hmm. That England are still in this, and at any point they can turn this on.
Right, but we're doing okay at the scrums today. Like it's not been like sort of domination from either side of the scrum. So
yeah, definitely. As a motorbike goes past my house, of course it does while I'm live streaming. Lovely. We had the helicopter in the last stream. We had an ambulance. Now we got a motorbike. The things you love to see.
Right. Next up's the ice cream van. One can dream.
I don't know if I'd want an ice cream today, though. Although I have been inside all day with this light on me, and it's been quite hot. But
yeah,
I actually got ice cream in the freezer. Thinking about it, I actually do. But England with a scrum here, they're going to have to try and exit safely. 20 minutes to go now, so.
I think they're going to try and look to keep this in as best they can. If they can get, if they can get momentum, obviously if it freezes, then they will go for the exit. But
yeah, definitely.
It's going. We've got a shove on there. We've got a shove. Yes, pressure, 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 pressure. We had a great shove on there. Come on, pressure. Get over the ball. Someone. Where's Richie or Watson?
You've got to make this exit as difficult as possible for England now.
So far, that was... That's fine. Still in a good position. But no, that was a really good scrum. Really turned the screw on them.
Definitely. Yeah, Dan Robson clear in there. So 20 minutes to go. It's not been the free-flowing rugby fully that we expected, but I mean, it's weird with England. It's as if England are happy to sit back, and I don't know. It doesn't seem as if
I think that's more down to us, mate. We're keeping them in their half, and but the thing is, like when England have had the opportunities, I mean, as we were saying earlier with that Farrell kicking it away, they just kicked it away. And it's like, you know, what are you doing? Especially a game where you've hardly had the ball. But I mean, the worrying thing is there's still 20 minutes to go, and
yeah, exactly.
It's only 5 points.
Yeah. And the thing is, as you said, it's 5 points between you, and I mean, if Russell got that kick,
that was a knock on there, I think. Yeah. Same scrum again. What was that? Yeah, that was fine. No, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I still think we need to get the balance right with that a bit better, because as to when to play, because that wasn't quick ball off that breakdown, so we should have, at least got. I mean, I think got somebody there who's going to at least carry the ball up, try and get over the game line. But, that's an interesting start. England haven't really had any line breaks yet, so.
Oh wow. It just shows your dominance, doesn't it, really? But that's something that we'd have expected from England, because, they are known for using those big ball carriers. But, someone like Manu at centre, obviously he's injured.
Well,
I mean,
that's the thing. I've hardly seen either Ollie Lawrence or Henry Slade have a touch of the ball in the game.
Well, I don't think I've heard. I heard them say Anthony Watson's name, and I think that's the first time I heard them say his name in the whole game.
The 3/4 line has been so quiet. I mean, even Elliot Daly's even had he's kicked a few good kicks, but he's had no impact from the back line at all. Oh no! Scrum penalty. Scrum penalty. They overpowered us there.
I mean, we expected England to come good at some point with the scrum and places like that, but
let's have a look. I know he's right enough there. It's Rory Sutherland lost his balance and caved in. So fair enough. No problems with that one.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting 10 minutes or so now, I think. I think these next 10 minutes are going to determine who's going to win this one.
Right, we need to try, because we've done well with the line out so far. Their line out when they've got up into our end, so we need to keep going with that. But I wouldn't say the scrums are overly a concern, but that one there needs to be. Aye.
Definitely. Will Stewart off for England with Harry Williams coming on here. When do you think Gregor Townsend starts looking at the bench for you guys?
I'd look at now. With regards to, I'd bring on Ollie Kebble on for Rory Sutherland. I'd maybe bring Richie Gray on for. I'd bring off Scott Cummings.
You've done well to stop that maul there.
I've got away, good kick, long. Yeah, that's a go long, put pressure.
That's a great exit.
Out on the full.
Yeah, unnecessary that really, but a good exit from you there against the English. And the thing is, you think driving ball, here we go, England, and yet just doesn't move.
We're bringing the subs on now.
Emails coming on. Ollie Kebble
and Gary Graham.
Yeah, so
Gary Graham, obviously, like Cammy Redbath, was famously once in the England squad, and but he's decided to follow the land of his father. See what I did there? Welsh.
Rubbish joke.
Terrible.
Ryan Lappin coming in. What is the score? The score currently is 11 points to 6 to Scotland. It's on the bottom of your screen running along here. 63 minutes gone to 17 minutes left of this one. Still lots to play for, and it's still very, very tight. But Scotland deserve it at the minute. Scotland deserve the win at the minute. But you feel like the next score, Scotland just needs something. But England are beginning
Farrell with
to
his kicking. Farrell with his kicking again. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I wanted them to keep this up, and I'm just thinking, watching England, it's like, why are you still kicking it?
It's a great clearance as well there.
Oh, it's brilliant from Stuart Hogg there. But Farrell again just kicks it. He's out of ideas, this man.
The thing is, just take it into contact. Just take it into the contact. You recycle the ball and you go again, or you just pass it out.
I tell you, if I was Eddie Jones right now, I'd be getting George Ford, like, you know, sort of out of his tracksuit straight away. It's like, bugger the warm up, just get on.
Definitely. I mean, it's just such a strange decision there from Farrell. I mean, you're on the attack, you've got the ball, just play it out wide or take it into contact. It's a simple thing to do.
Don't get sucked in. Just keep it steady, sack it, keep it steady. No, it's a maul there. Sorry, England were getting a bit of dominance. I didn't want them to.
15 minutes to go, though. Robson clears.
Just need to try and keep it down in England's half. And
is that straight out on the full or not quite?
No, that bounced out. So that's fine.
Not quite though. 11-6 to Scotland. Could this be the first win at Twickenham? Have I just jinxed it? I don't know.
Shush, and that's.
But yeah, the stats there. Line breaks 5 for Scotland, 0 for England.
See what I'm saying? We could bring Richie Gray on, and he does that.
It's such a strange thing from England because it seems that when Farrell's getting the ball, the instruction must be.
No, the thing is that
I don't think that's his decision every single time, or is he just? I don't understand the thought process between for doing that at all.
The thing is, they just seem. I don't know, like they go through like 2 or 3 phases. They look quite dangerous, and then they go through a third phase where it stutters a little bit, and then it's like instead of like just thinking, okay, guys, we started a bit here. Let's just get the forwards, get over the gain line, and then we can go again and try and get some momentum off that. But instead, it's just Farrell, just kick it. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, you know, they've hardly had the ball today, or in a ball in dangerous positions. Giving it back to the opposition, then you're not giving yourself a chance.
It's a bit of a battle of the box kicks at the minute.
He's off his. Oh no, he's on his feet. Sorry. It's Daly there. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh come on, ref! He punched him there.
And England get the penalty.
I'm clutching at straws there, just like, you know, Elliot Daly's been hung on to, and he sort of like put a thing there. So I was trying to clutch at straws a wee bit.
Slade is playing, not doing much at all. For an extra chief fan there, he's not doing much. I don't think the commentator said his name. I think that's how quiet it's been from England. But these next few minutes here, man.
When they're taking off Billy, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, what Billy would have probably done except for getting a yellow card, I'm not too sure. And a change for Scotland as well here. George Turner is off.
Dave Cherry. I wouldn't have made that change just yet, actually, because Dave Cherry's not the most experienced international hooker.
On his debut.
Come on, get support. Hold him up. Oh, unlucky.
England dominating possession here, but not really going anywhere, to be honest.
Wow. 7 phases. I think this is the first time in the match I think England have gone over 5 phases in a.
But you've pushed them back a heck of a way.
But you need to be careful here because
your discipline needs to be on point here.
they have got ability, so we need to be careful not to get sucked in too much and just keep them back. And
when's the high ball coming from Farrell? That's the question.
Well, he's not even been high kicking it; he's just been kicking it behind most. And there's the kick. It's from Robson.
And that's a really good play from Scotland because they've just stifled them. There's been nothing, and it's a pretty shite kick, to be honest.
I'll take that, and I'll just and if I were Finn Russell or Stuart Hogg, I'd just boot it as far down the field as possible.
This is a chat we had before missing Manu, otherwise we would be thrashing them. I'm not sure about thrashing, but I think Manu Tuolangi would make it.
I disagree because I think Ollie Lawrence is a similar kind of player. Has only had like one line break, it wasn't even a line break, it's just one mini carry from what I remember. And he's only had like one impact on the game. And I think Manu would be, I mean, maybe defensively, you could argue Manu would be more physical, a bit better, but, you know, sort of in terms of like with the ball, and would he give more, maybe like get over the game like a bit more, but on the whole, this England team as a collective just seem out of ideas.
George Ford is on the pitch for England. Ali Price has also gone off. And Scott Steele is on. Thoughts on that change? Scott Steele down at the Harlequins, I believe, right now.
Well, I don't know, like, you know, sort of, I've seen bits of Scott Steele. Obviously, I know he's reserved to Danny Kerr at Harlequins, so, but he's not a bad player, but I mean, I don't know, like, you know, I honestly don't know that much about him to make a full informed opinion on him, but, you know, because the second half, Ali Price has actually been okay. Like, he's calmed things down a bit. He's not, you know, sort of he's not panicking. He's not stuttering as much. And he's done better in the second half. But
and Ford's on for England here. So Farrell moves to the centre with Ollie Lawrence going on.
Is it Lawrence that's gone off?
Yeah, Lawrence gone off. So Farrell go to the centre.
Okay.
So, and Ford will play from 10, maybe a bit more attacking impetus, maybe a little bit.
I'll suggest a bit more creativity. I mean, I don't know why they didn't make the change earlier, to be honest.
10 minutes to go now, though. You still feel like Scotland needs something.
Oh, come on. Oh. No, I don't let him take you on like that. Yes! Cammy Redpath, what a turnover, son.
What a game he's had. What a game he has had on his debut game.
Oh, he's been brilliant. Nice. I mean, I see why England, like, you know, sort of were gutted to be losing them to us. But, you know, I know that was brilliant there. Look, you know, just takes it with Jackal. That's
such good work, isn't it? Stays on his feet, gets in a strong position, and boom.
I will say, if I were Scotland here, because Stuart Hogg's got a big kick. Oh, he's going for it, yeah. I would say if Stuart Hogg's got a big kick on him, so I would go for the points. Puts us 8 points up, and then England, the pressure's really on them.
Yeah, definitely. But there you go. Freddie Clark, good friend of the channel. Scotland been great. Do you know what? Scotland have played in the right areas.
Still 10 minutes to go.
And then England being terrible as well. Freddie will be on the channel during the course of the Six Nations as well. If you are watching and haven't subscribed yet, do hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot and keeps you up to date with everything going on here on the channel. Check out Kyle's channel. There's a link in the chat as well. So if you like a passionate Scotsman giving his viewpoints on rugby, then he's a channel for you. Right, Hoggy going for the kick in the pouring rain.
Oh, no, he's missed. Not the end of the world, though.
It takes a bit of time off as well, doesn't it? That's the thing as well.
Well, yeah,
it takes time for that kick.
Put them in their half, and I know.
Yeah.
If they have to kick long, they have to kick it back to us. So again,
that is 6 points drop though.
Mm-hmm.
7 minutes to go. My heart's going now.
Yeah. To be honest, the only thing that's making me nervous is the scoreboard.
Yeah.
you know, the actual pattern of play, like, you know, if the way the game's gone, like I'm in some ways I'm feeling comfortable. It's because we've been so much better than England. It's just the scoreboard I'm nervous about.
Yeah, definitely. But this could. Yeah, I'm nervous now. I'm not even Scottish or English. But discipline's going to be key now for Scotland. Just nothing silly. There's no need to do anything silly.
And get support on him. Yeah, he's away. Okay, just a bit sensible. Just go for distance. I didn't think I was the right option there. I would have tried to set us up to go for a long one downfield.
Yeah. Play the territory. England here. George Ford decides to kick.
Don't get him isolated. Don't get him isolated. Don't get him isolated. Aye. Thing is, notice teams do that all the time now. They do just, instead of going back to the 10, they're going for the 9 so much. I think it is just because of how good the Russia's defense are now. It's the risk of, you know, if the 10 does get caught out.
Yeah.
So, aye. But no, I don't know. I just wish it's, you know.
Would there be anyone else you'd look to bring off the bench?
At the moment, no. Have we got anyone else to bring off the bench? I think we've maybe brought all our subs on.
I think you have, actually, yeah. Or you brought 4 on. Maybe you brought 5 on.
Yes! Come on!
Brilliant penalty for Scotland there.
Maul. We held them up, turned them over. Even
Brilliant.
though the dubiousness of holding
kick
them
this
up.
down now. Kick as far down as you can. And then,
silly.
Johnny May getting caught between Johnny Gray and who is that?
Scott Steele.
Scott Steele, fair.
I wish Scott Steele had gone a bit higher and helped Johnny Gray out more there. Because he lifted his legs up and then it runs the risk of that not being alive. I mean, obviously he put him to ground safely, so there's no problems. But just in general, he needs to. Those things you need to be careful about.
Definitely. So Scotland just having a quick breather here before going again. Hugh Jones is on the pitch. Thoughts on that?
Is he replaced Chris Harris? Or
I think so. Yeah.
Well, we're looking for a bit of spark in the last 5 minutes. I personally think we need a bit of composure. But no, I mean, I'm fine with him coming on. I just. I don't know. I know I wanted to play a bit more rugby, but I'm just kind of at the point. Let's just win. I just want us to try and get it down in England's half and push them back because we've snuffed them out of this game. They know for the most part.
Definitely.
But again, I mean, to be honest with you, sort of if we're just talking the balance of the game alone, I'd be feeling so relaxed right now. But just because it's a 5-point scoreboard, I'm just. Still bricking it,
Yeah. A change for England. Anthony Watson is off and Malins is on for England. Just under 5 minutes to go here. Scotland need a good scrum here and a good exit as well.
Yeah, need to be careful with these scrums though, because I mean, just make sure we're keeping it up, and that's keeping at least parity.
Definitely.
Get caught in.
Absolutely. So resetting the scrum here, but this is just counting the clock down, isn't it, as well? So in a way, this is not a bad thing.
Aye, but I mean, again, just how much of a lot. I mean, the scrums in this game have been mostly a lottery. So. Oh yeah, free kick.
Perfect. James, I don't know who you're supporting. If you're supporting Scotland, you're pretty happy at the minute. Supporting England.
I know you're supporting James. Come on.
There we go. If you're watching, there's 48 people watching right now. If you have not subscribed, please.
Oh, yes! Thank you, Johnny, mate. Thank you. You beautiful, beautiful man. That is a terrific knock-on. The best decision you've made in your career.
I wonder who Kyle is supporting today. I think Kyle is clearly supporting Scotland.
You've got the same shirt on. But no, that is magic, son. You are a wizard.
Oh, brilliant. But hit the subscribe button, guys. It's free to do. James is from Livingston in Scotland. Jacobus says this. Is it too early to be saying this? More than 30-year drought at Twickenham. See, Kyle, all the Scots needed was a few South Africans in the team. Jokes.
Right there. Well, with the way the South African front row butchered England in the World Cup final, we've got 2 South African props right now, so I take the same here.
Here we go, though. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, just keep it tight, steady, steady. Yeah, so we got some momentum. Oh. Just take our time here. Don't need to rush anything. Make sure we're just doing the basics well. Don't need to play with much pace.
You thinking drop a goal here, maybe?
Just at the moment, keep it tight, get the clock down. If we can get into position to drop goal to finish it, fantastic. But at the moment, just keep it tight. Don't keep the basics. Just stick to the basics and make sure at least every breakdown has 2 or 3 players with, alongside the carrier.
Definitely, for sure. Lots of people joining the stream. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I know I keep saying it, but more people.
Just keep it tight. Come on, 2 or 3 players. 2 or 3 players. Every single fucking collision. Sorry.
It's all right. Go ahead, mate. Be as colourful as you want. I know what it feels like.
I've done okay with not swearing.
You've done very well today, actually, considering it's against England as well.
No.
You've done very well. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. No silly penalties here from Scotland, and England can't afford to do anything stupid. They can't afford to do anything stupid.
No. The thing is, England actually, if they don't want the ball back, they have to compete. So we need to just, again, every single breakdown, 2 or 3 players at least, making sure we're just keeping it tight, keeping together, and if the opportunity arises,
just over a minute to go. My heart's going here. My heart's going.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Keep it tight. Not yet. Not yet. No, we shouldn't have gone for the drop goal.
Why'd you go for that?
No, I know. Don't ask me. But still, we've got the ball, so it's fine. Just tight. No, should have kept it in hand.
Oh, why? What?
Is that 22? Is that scrum or 22? What is it? No. No, we shouldn't have done that. Should have kept it tight. Scott Steele, you dummy.
That's just inexperience, isn't it?
Man of the match yet. Get off the screen. I don't care yet. Get off. I'll tell you how well he's done after the 80 minutes.
England have to go.
It's a scrum, for God's sake.
Well, England can't afford to do any mistakes now, but Scotland need to just keep their discipline.
It's wet weather, hopefully. Like I said, because we've been starting to get a bit of upper hand. The scrums the last couple, so I'm hoping we can do.
Cock is red. Oh shit! I'm shitting myself.
Come on! Oh, they dropped it, ref! They dropped it, ref! They dropped it, ref! Okay, away now. Hands off now. Don't be stupid. Get your hands off. No, hands off. Just get your hands away. Leave it. Come on. Just keep your hands off the ball. Oh. Yes! Hamish Watson of all people. In your heart, Scotland. He is your 7. You are deluded if you think otherwise, Scotland. Come on.
Yes! You've done it. You've done it. Kyle, emotions, tell me, how are you feeling?
Can I repeat a tune in the fat sketch of that? No offense, mate. Sorry. No, fantastic. First win at Twickenham since 1983. We up 11-6 flatters them. We absolutely battered them. We destroyed them. We had 2 missed penalties, a missed conversion, and, a potential try that nearly was, that wasn't, but, 11-6, they should be lucky to come away with a bonus point from that. We absolutely destroyed them.
Wow. Absolutely. Scotland deserved to win. Just deserved to win. You deserve to win. England just didn't do enough. Didn't do enough. Absolutely didn't do enough. And everyone in the chat absolutely agrees that Scotland deserved to win this. Absolutely deserved to win this. And Gregor Townsend, what a win. What a win for Scotland. And for you guys now, us next week, makes it interesting, doesn't it? So.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, I don't know what is going on with that England team, because they were just. Because we were absolutely. I mean, I just thought we were absolutely just all over them. We were just like, absolutely all over them. Oh God.
Absolutely, but no, fair play.
The Scottish pals watching.
But Scotland, fair play with the win, and I mean, what a win! We're both going to do previews shortly on our channel, so do go and check that out. It's going to be out very, very shortly, so I will let Kyle go in a second, but.
Yeah, I've got a reaction video to do to this, but no, Brandon, seriously, mate, thank you for having me on, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope your ears are okay after that.
Absolutely. Do you know what? I'm so happy for you. It's going to make the tournament brilliant. Congratulations, mate. Enjoy the celebrations. Yeah. Thank you for jumping on. We're both going to leave the stream there. We're going to make our reactions. So check us both out, and we'll be back next week for Scotland against Wales. Scotland win! Come on! Yes! All right, take care, mate. Always a pleasure.
You too. Thank you. Thanks to everyone on the live stream as well. It's been really, really fun reading your comments and all that. And hopefully we can do this again next week. But yeah, thanks, Brandon. Take care, mate.
And you as well. Take care, pal. There we go. Those are Kyle's and my thoughts. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching. Congratulations to Scotland. I'm going to make a quick match review now. It's going to be on the channel in the next 10 minutes or so. So check it out. Leave a like on it. And get your thoughts in the comments of that video. I'm going to be back very, very shortly. What a game that was. So happy to see Scotland win. Thoroughly deserved. I'm going to make a match review. I'll be back very, very soon. Subscribe. Leave a like on the video. Thanks for joining. I'll see you in a sec.